I gotta say, my personal life is so stupid it could be a comedy. I honest to God, you know, if Netflix had a brain, instead of getting that chick, who's that really annoying, Miranda Sings, instead of tapping her to do a Netflix show that was garbage.
I'm your host, Miranda, and I'm about to give you the night of your life. So what you gonna do with all that junk inside your trunk? I'ma get your trunk, point to the casket off my house.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Netflix should have dug in the trash of YouTube and came to me and said, Papa Gundam, would you like to make a TV show? And I said, would I like to? Long as the check cashes, I'm in, baby. Get ready for an Oscar, my sweet babies. What I'm about to do will change lives.
Don't try to stop me, boy. It's over. Every good man knows when to end a series. Vio con Dios, El Fagot. Well, the rest of my day's been freed up, boy. What do you say I teach you something?
Do a show based on the darkest periods of my life. It will touch many souls, specifically men. I really need to stop. I'm sorry, I'm just really peeved at a lot of things. And unfortunately, when I'm extra pissed off, somebody has to catch the shrapnel. And it may as well be Bethesda. Because frankly, why not? Bethesda has become quite the joke recently, as we all know. I'm going to try like hell not to curse repeatedly, because it makes it easier for me to edit out in the new YouTube climate. Thanks a lot. Artistic integrity and creativity goes right out the window. Maybe I should just be Jake Paul and smash a plate.
I just want to break something like that plate conveniently placed there.
Because that's fine art. So Bethesda had a litany of things go on. Number one, they warned fans about how Fallout 76 is to expect spectacular bugs and issues. Now, bugs and issues, why is this not muted? How the fuck is this not muted? I can't blame the dog, because the dog doesn't have control of the phone. It's me! It's me! You charlatan! Oh! Please don't hit me, sir! It won't happen again! Anyway, now Bethesda is selling you on the fact that the game will be a bug-riddled mess. What the fuck is this truck outside my house? And a note to fans, Bethesda calls Fallout 76 a starting line, not a finished game, and thanks them for continued support. Let me read that to you again, just in case if, like me, you had a moment where a slight aneurysm hit your brain and it erased everything you just heard. And a note to fans, Bethesda calls Fallout 76 a starting line and not a finished game, and thanks them for continued support.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Fan-effing-tastic. Oh, it's not a finished game. It's a start. So now, AAA from Bethesda is selling you shit they know isn't ready. Up, I cursed. Great. They know the game is a mess. They know this isn't ready for prime time, and they're going to put it out anyway. You know why? Because the hype drain will continue. Bethesda will continue doing what it's doing. That's why they had that little special press conference. The one at that resort where they flew out all their little, their chosen people to go to the real-life bunker and the whole kit and caboodle of ball groping. Because they knew they would pick people who would put this game the best life forward. Simply because they'll generate false hype. Bethesda, like many AAA developers, picks and chooses the people they want to represent them, knowing that they will soullessly shill the game. They will sit there and say good things no matter what happens. This is real and you know it. You know who some of these people are. I don't even have to name names, and you've already got an idea of one of the people I'm talking about. Because why not? And it's sad. It's pathetic. The game probably won't stand on its own merits, and this is a clear sign of it. Nothing short of just egregious filth. Bethesda continuously riding their own hype train. But this time around, when Fallout 76 drops, they won't have the mod community to clean up the mess. and they know it. You know you're in bad standings when even a guy who writes for Forbes Gaming is worried that the game will be a pile of crap. So hard not to curse, I have to grind my teeth. Eric Kahn even says, or Kane, I probably got it wrong, it sure seems like Fallout 76 will be the No Man's Sky of 2018. How much you want to bet this game will die a miserable death silently? It'll just wane and wane and wane. It'll be like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic Online. It'll exist, but nobody gives a flying shit. Or it'll be like No Man's Sky. It exists, but who really genuinely cares? It's there. Except for the few YouTubers that are on the good graces with Bethesda and feel like they're part of Bethesda Studios where they continuously shill the game even though it's kind of a dead horse.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm about to go play Fallout 76, and frankly, I'm pretty nervous. I get 3 hours, and I want to make sure that I use it the wisest as possible. They're starting us from the beginning of the game. I hope it's as cool as I'm hoping. It sure seems like it. Pete Hines gave a spiel and really set things up nicely. We're basically going to get to play level 0 through 10, it sounds like, which should be pretty good. I'm going to try to be effective, efficient, and also smell the radiated roses, so I cannot wait. Let's go check it out.
Are you a homosexual?
Bethesda goes on to talk about some of the bugs. Here's one clip where they say, some we're aware of, such as areas where performance needs to improve with lots of players. Others we surely don't. We need your help finding them and advice on what's important to fix. We'll address all of it now and after launch. It's your job now to basically be the bug tester. It's the community's job to basically find all the little issues over the lifespan of this game, report it to Bethesda, and you hope something gets done. Maybe Bethesda will do something with this because it's an always online game and they constantly have to update it and fix it. They even got a studio that'll be dedicated to this. But how much can we expect from Bethesda? It's so hard not to curse. We all know downtown Boston's a pile of shit in Fallout 4 and it still hasn't been fixed yet by Bethesda themselves. I am running a 16-core Ryzen 2 CPU with a 1080 Ti, and downtown Boston strangles my PC for its lunch money. This game is how many years old now? And yeah, Bethesda's done jack fuck all.
All of this just works. And again, it just works.
Since that time, we've grown 4 studios across North America and built a game world 4 times the size of our last. We developed all new technologies and services. What? You developed the idea of paid mods? That's pretty much all you've done recently, Bethesda. While bending older technology to do things we didn't think it could, we pushed ourselves in new ways that surprised even us. Yeah, you guys put out Fallout 4. You knew it was like a shadow of everything that has come before it. I mean, how do you release a game that is arguably... There's no arguing here. How do you release a game worse than the last one? How do you look at Fallout New Vegas and then put out Fallout 4 and go, this is good. These are good ideas. This is a good game. How?
Surprised anybody'd want to tangle with you. Heck, you could go Deathclaw hunting with a switch.
Wonderful. That's everything. Just gonna walk this over to the vault. Congratulations on being prepared.
That's some serious atrophy, even for someone who's been in bed a while. It's a wonder you can move at all.
Let's see. Wonderful. That's everything. Just gonna walk this over to the vault.
Nothing gets by you, huh? Could have used you when I lost my keys last month.
Let's see. Wonderful. That's everything. Just gonna...
Now, I ain't no optometrist, but maybe we should fit you for some glasses while you're here.
Wonderful. That's everything. Just gonna walk.
Old bending old technology. At least they're telling the truth there. Fucking creation engine. Creation engine. Chuck it in the trash. It's done. It's over. Quit bending it in all sorts of shapes to try and get new shitty games out of it. Our worlds, whether it be Fallout, Elder Scrolls, or the coming Starfield, I don't have high hopes, are important places to us. Yeah, we've really seen how important the games are to you. The only thing important to you guys is money, and doing as little as possible to get it. We do everything we can to treat them with care. Fallout 4 says otherwise. We know they mean just as much to you. You don't give a shit. That the time you spend in them is important. Not anymore. I only touch Fallout 4 once in a blue moon. And want each time you experience one to be special. And all it can be. If it was not for mods, I wouldn't touch any of your games. Bethesda should be thanking modders. There should be an open letter out to the modding community. We'd like to thank you for keeping us from going under. If it wasn't for the mod community, Skyrim wouldn't be as big as it was. You know what I remember from Skyrim? Randy Savage dragons.
Next, the orc.
There it is again. Did you hear that? I've been to the top of the mountain. What in oblivion is that?
Sentries. What do you see?
It's in the clouds.
Oh,
yeah!
And that with Fallout 76, you two are left wondering, what exactly is this? What? Once the idea of Fallout Online survival game stuck, there was no turning back. But still, some worry and question. Will people want this from Fallout?
No.
Will they want this from us? No. No. We want a game from Obsidian. Don't ask stupid questions. It's like when a woman goes, does this make me look fat? If you gotta ask, you probably know the answer. Is it a bad idea I stay with him? Am I crazy? Yes! You know the answer if you're asking. I apologize. How the hell are we going to make this? And what exactly is this? Don't play with me, Bethesda. Do not insult my intelligence. You know exactly what this is. It's a cash grab of monumental proportions. You fuckers probably came up with the idea of Fallout Online before 4 was even remotely warm. We should do an online game. Why don't we test it out first? Let's make Fallout 4 the basis for it. Let's remove all the mechanics people have come to know and love from our games and see how well it flies. That's a good idea. That's why you make the big bucks. And with Fallout 76, you two are left wondering, what exactly is this? Nobody here is stupid. We all know exactly what this is. This is Bethesda doing the EA sort of thing. The games as service game plan. The phrase that pays. The phrase that gets every CEO at the top of every AAA company harder than a fucking rock. Games is service. How can we put out a homogenized piece of shit with barely any effort into it? How can we take old assets and stuff and recycle them into a new game? He's talking about Destiny and how Destiny 3 will be the same thing over again. You better believe it. And they sit there and they just push this out, because even, I remember reading an article years ago, even if 70% of the fan base rejects the game, the leftover percentage, even if 10% of the people who stay at the game use microtransactions, they make more than the money they would have had with the 70% that stayed and didn't use microtransactions. That's what's crazy. That's why they do it. At the end of the day, it's money. Money, 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 money. Ex-DSP. He knows what it's about. It's about cash.
Right? It's gross. It's for this. It's not because they love what they're doing. It's not because for the love of the game or because they're true gamers. It's for this. And this is what it's become.
I'ma tell you like a nigga told me. Cash rolled everything around me. Shit.
This game that everybody already knows is bad. The game that, you know, the game is in trouble when Bethesda puts out an open letter like this, which echoes Sean Murray from No Man's Sky when he realized that all the BS he was spewing was gonna come back to haunt him and people were gonna be pissed. I can't wait for this to come out. And you know what's even funnier? The fact that this game's open betas or whatever beta it is, they typically on Xbox One. It's happening Saturday and Sunday. Whoopee! On the 27th of Saturday, if you have the Xbox One, you can play Fallout 76 from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. On Sunday, from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. the 28th. So if you're really hell-bent on playing these games, there's your window of time, 2 hours. Plan your whole day around it. You got anything to do? Your kids need to go to soccer practice, but you want to try this out? Sorry, Jimmy. It's not like you're going to be Lionel Messi anyway. Sit your ass down. Daddy has to try and play this game. A 2-hour window for a beta. How is anyone going to find these bugs in 2 hours? The game essentially has no NPCs. It has no central story in the Fallout universe. It doesn't even make sense because Fallout is a game based on story. Not so much the last iteration, but bear with me. We all know what it was supposed to be. It's essentially Fallout Rust. They're going to try and have the Rust formula, but if the community isn't there, this game won't live. And even if it has a community, it'll still vanish off into the ethos. Because Fallout is a AAA game, which means it's built and designed specifically in mind for the casuals, the console gamers, etc. Only hardcore fan bases can make games like Rust and Ark Survival Evolved sustain some sort of life, despite the fact that it's not huge communities. On top of that, what is it? Doesn't Bethesda own the servers? So once again, you know, what happens there? You can't have your own private server with your own weird sort of sex mods, because let's face it, that's what people are going to do. And I know some people might sit there and go, Gundam, it's just a beta. They're stress testing. Can you genuinely look at me and say how many times we played the betas to games and shit did not change upon release? Like, for real? In today's day and age, for you little cute people out there who sit there and think betas mean anything. Back in the day, when a game was in beta, it was actually in a beta. In today's world, a game is in a beta, that basically means you're in early access mode. That's it. That's all this is. And if you really think Bethesda is going to fix anything major in this game, you got another thing coming. It's Bethesda. I don't care if they got a studio to take over this fully. It's still Bethesda. Skyrim on the Switch has all the same bugs as the original Elder Scrolls. Skyrim Special Edition on PC has all the same bugs as the original release. They couldn't be fucking bothered to fix issues. It's just like, whatever. Because they know people will pay. Supposedly, Destiny has over 1.2 million people playing the game congruently over all consoles or all systems. That scares me. Which means maybe Bethesda's Fallout 76 might do well enough to where it'll have enough people playing it and buying microtransactions that it'll continue to survive and basically be a money printer. And if that happens, realize that games are only going to get worse from them. Because there's one thing I've noticed in the world. People love charging the same price and giving you even less. Case in point, and this is off point. You ever remember those like Reese cups from Walmart? You used to get like a pack of 10 of them for $1. Now you get a pack of 12 for $2, and they're all substantially smaller than they used to be. And it's like, when did this happen? Giving you less, charging you more. It's in all facets of business. I have a strong feeling that the future for Bethesda is just going to continuously wane until the community finally wakes up. But when will it ever? As long as Bethesda stays a AAA game company, launching out this empty sort of hollow experiences based off of hype and YouTube influencers and Twitch streamers to basically carry it on their backs, nothing will change. And one day I won't be here. That'll probably be the only thing that changes. One day I'll just see that it's pointless and I'll say fuck it. And I'll get on with my life, ride off into the sunset, walking like I got a stick up my ass like John Wayne. At the end of that movie, I can't even remember. Is that one where like he helps this guy get back to his family and John Wayne's holding his arm all funny, then he walks off out into like the sunset looking all weird?
Howdy, man.
On that note, I should get the hell out of here. Rate, comment, subscribe, so choose to. If not, the hell fit. I can't ask anyone to give more of a shit to me in the age of apathy. The more of you that do follow me, my voice only gets louder in an industry that seems to become hollow, and devoid of talent, creativity, and most of all, art, and reasons to be excited for anything. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I've lost my mind. But behind the hype beasts, the tie-ins with either car companies or chips or Tostinos and whatever garbage they can shoehorn into the game to make a little extra revenue, something has been lost. And that may be the human element to gaming. The thing that we can relate to and make us reflect on our own lives, if not escape the monotony and the minutia of everyday being. Because sometimes everybody needs to feel like they're a hero somewhere to make the rest of this soul-grinding rat race worth it. But what the hell do I know? I'm just a blank slate, an empty face, and a voice modulating on a screen.